Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
It's been a pretty good road trip so far for the Angels, and this afternoon from Houston, Texas on a beautiful day, although the roof will be closed. It's the final game of this three-game set against the Angels and the Astros. As we welcome you inside Minute Maid Park and back to Angels baseball on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Kubica. I'm Victor Rojas, and it has been a pretty good road trip for the Angels, all things considered, because they haven't played good baseball out on the road this year. But you take 2 or 3 from the Tigers, and you go into this series finale today with a chance to pick up a victory.
Yeah, Victor, when you think about two teams that have been playing very good baseball, you have the Tigers in Detroit and in Houston here in Houston. But when you think about it, the offense has finally come together on the road. That has not been the case early in the season. They're starting to use the entire field, not just relying on the home run ball. The pitching has been very good. Mentioned they're going against some very good offenses. So the bullpen's solid, the starters have been solid, and the offense swinging the bats and being very aggressive running the bases. The defense has really been there for them, putting a lot of pressure on the opponents, and that's what you got to do, especially when you think about the mobility of the Tigers. And even here with the Astros, they're struggling a little bit on the defensive side. 3-2 mark as far as the record so far. I have a chance to have a really good road trip going 4-2. The batting average, especially with runners in scoring position, 359. And again, going back to the pitching staff against some very good offenses, have been throwing the ball very well for the most part, have kept the ball in the ballpark against the guys that can swing the bat.
The Angels offense yesterday stymied by Mike Fiers, just 2 hits in the ball game. See if they can turn things around against David Paulino this afternoon. Jesse Chavez on the mound for the Angels. When we return, we'll hear from Mike Soha, the skipper, on his thoughts on this going to be completed road trip.
Angels look to finish off this 3-game weekend series at Minute Maid Park. We might have a snow cone to cap it off on a Sunday. Ken French back with you inside Minute Maid Park. Halos hoping to put a bow on what's been a very good trip so far, a 3-2 mark, a lot of positive signs. Victor and Gooby just showed you some of the great numbers, and this morning I had a chance to talk with manager Mike Soha to get his take on some of the good things he's seen on this trip.
Well, first and foremost, we're continuing to pitch well, which has to be a staple. We have to continue to do that all the way through. And then on the other side, on the offensive side, we're starting to see some guys feel more comfortable in the batter's box. I think we're pushing the action, controlling a little bit better, forcing some mistakes with other clubs, and we've been hitting better with runners in scoring position on this trip, and we need that.
And to finish off this trip on a good note, it'll be the veteran Jesse Chavez, a 33-year-old looking for his 6th win of the season. First pitch, folks, right around the corner with Victor Rojas and Mark Gubicza and his Halos and Astros coming up next on Fox Sports West.
Jack in the Box. Come try the new sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger and chicken sandwich for limited time only. And by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. Getaway day here at Minute Maid Park. The Angels headed back home to take on the Yankees and the Royals beginning tomorrow. A full week of games, but they have work to do still on this Sunday afternoon, trying to pick up a series win. Houston has yet to lose a divisional series this year. So why not today?
They're due.
Why? They are overdue.
Yes.
This is a team that's played very good baseball. Best record in baseball. The Houston Astros at 44-19, a 13-game lead over the Angels and the Mariners going into play today. And the Angels trying to pick up a winning road trip. At worst, we know it'll be 3-3. At best, 4-2, which would be the first and only winning road trip for the Angels this season.
We talked about how well the Astros have played within the division, but the Angels are the only other team in the division with a winning record amongst AL West opponents. So an opportunity to be able to, you mentioned, win this series and have a very good road trip against two teams that have been playing good baseball, can go home, be a 4-2 mark before taking on the New York Yankees.
Halos with the loss yesterday, now a game under 500 at 32-33. 14-21 away from the Big A. And as you mentioned, the divisional record, one game over 500 at 16-15. This is the lineup that Mike Soha will run out here for game number 66. Cameron Maybin is back in the lineup in that leadoff spot after having a day off yesterday and having a career night on Friday night in the opening win of this series. Andrelton Simmons, who had been in that leadoff spot in place of Cameron Maybin, back down the more traditional spot as the Angels have Valbuena at third and Cron at first as well.
Simba so far on this road trip 7 for 20, but when you think about it, 324 batting average over his last 28 games for Andrelton Simmons. He should have some pretty good RBI situations today, and he's been very good as far as putting the ball in play and getting those big RBIs.
Hey, taking on the 23-year-old right-hander, native of Nassau, Dominican Republic. His name is David Paulino. He'll be making his third start of the season, still looking for that first major league win.
Yeah, fastballs 91 to 95 range, could touch 96. Slider, very good one. Curveball and changeup. My go-to is to be successful against Paulino today, though, is you got to use the big part of the field against him and get to those fastball counts. When he's able to throw his slider and curveball, that's when he's very effective, especially his slider. So get to those fastball counts. Batting average against him in those counts have been very effective, especially on a four-seam fastball.
Let's check out the defense behind Paulino this afternoon. Aoki's in left, Springer's in center, Reddick in right. The infield with Bregman, Gonzalez, Altuve, and Gurriel from third to first, and Evan Gattis behind the plate.
Gattis making his 200th career start at that catching position. Pretty solid as far as fielding percentage, 993. Made his 24th start this year. He has 4 errors, but keep in mind the Angels have been very effective stealing against the Astros in the series, and he's only thrown out 22% of base stealers this season.
The battle of the alternate jerseys on this Sunday afternoon. Paulino got to the big leagues last year, pitched in 3 games, made 1 start, total of 7 innings of work and an ERA of 5.14. He's the number 3 prospect in the Houston Astros organization. I mentioned just 23 years of age. Originally signed by the Tigers and came over in a September 2013 trade. Sent Jose Veras to Detroit. 6'7", 222 is what he's listed as. And with the white shoes, looks like a young J.R. Richard on the mound.
I was going to say that same thing, especially when he was running out to the field. And on that mound, he looks like he's about 7 feet.
First one's upstairs. Cameron Maybin, 255 batting average. 10 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, and on-base percentage of .378. He has been a find for the Angels when he's been in that leadoff spot. A total of 13 games. He's hit .420, a .532 on-base percentage, and a .1232 OPS. 17 runs scored in those 13 games. One and two. That pitch looked like it was off the plate. Ramon De Jesus already hearing some chirping.
That's his
plate umpire.
That's his 4-seam fastball. Hitters have been successful against his 4-seam fastball so far this season. See those numbers as a leadoff hitter for Cam.
Breaking ball misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bill Miller at first. Paul Emmel, the crew chief, at second. Quinn Walcott over at third, rounding out that umpiring crew. Two. Cameron takes a breaking ball. That was more of a strike than that first strike.
That's a pretty nasty slider.
Yeah. That froze everybody in the stadium.
Yeah, he's been pretty good when he's got 2 strikes on a batter. That's his batting average against him, very low, below 100. He's got 2 strikes on the batter.
Maybin pulls one, and diving stop by Bregman. Gets up, low throw. Gurriel digs it out, and there's the first out of the game.
Another well-hit baseball by Cameron Maybin. That looked like it was going to be down the line for at least a double. But Bregman, good range and a very quick, strong throwing arm. Gets rid of it. That transfer gets up. No, and he has to get rid of it quickly with Maybin running down the line. Low throw. Gurriel with a good scoop at first base. Solid play by Bregman to start the game.
Seen some fine defensive plays in this series all weekend long. You saw that the first time the Angels were here against the Astros. Shift on with Cole at the plate. Takes a slow breaking ball for a strike. 235 average for Cole. 0 for 4 yesterday. Mentioned that the Angels only had 2 hits. Base hit by Albert Pujols and an infield single by Luis Valbuena. Breaking ball out toward right center. Springer was shading him that way. 2 down. Albert steps in with the bases clear. 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Albert now with 2,879 career hits. One shy of tying Frankie Frisch for 41st all time. Oh, Sky, this one foul.
Albert aggressive on the first pitch. Especially when you think about the numbers against Paulino on a 4-seam fastball. Batting average of .389 so far this season. And Albert was looking first pitch fastball, and he's done very well in his career against the Astros as far as the home runs. He was looking for it.
That's driven out to deep left center field. George Springer looking up. This one is gonna be gone. Big fly for Albert Pujols. 601st of his career gives the Angels a 1-0 lead.
Now you know why they boo him here. On a consistent basis, Albert Pujols now 56 career home runs against the Astros. Got one of those 4-seam fastballs. And Albert doing what he does best. Hitting the big fly. Fastball, 90s. Turns on it, drives it out to left center field. 10th home run. Now 601 for Albert Pujols as far as home run totals. It's the 387th different pitcher that Albert Pujols has hit a home run against now. So David Paulino is in good company.
So he's got that
He's
going
got a lot.
for.
He's got a lot of friends.
Balbuena trying to bunt his way on. Bunts it foul. No balls, 2 strikes. To start today at third base. Janelle Escobar getting the day off. So with 1 swing of the bat, ties Frankie Frisch for 41st all time on the hit list. 1,862 runs batted in. 2 shy of tying Mel Ott for 12th all time on the RBI list. 1-2. Just got a piece of it.
Boy, Albert was geared up for a couple fastballs and got good swing. Just pulled it foul the first one, and is able to go deep. Second pitch. See Albert on the all-time hit list. He's 120 away now from 3,000.
Balbuena goes down swinging. Paulino picks up a strikeout, but the Angels get a 2-out home run. A blast off the bat of Albert Pujols. 408 feet, giving the Angels a 1-0 lead. At the bottom of the first inning, the 44-19 Houston Astros in that first place mark in the Western Division with a 13-game lead. No real changes to the lineup other than the fact that Carlos Correa is not in the lineup. Marwin Gonzalez gets to start at short. Evan Gattis replacing Brian McCann behind the plate.
And Gattis with 13 extra base hits this season for the Astros, gives that power and very aggressive power in the middle of the lineup. A .240 career hitter against the Angels with 8 home runs. Guy that will swing early in the count. That's why it's important for Jesse Chavez to utilize that cutter and changeup against him early.
Jesse Chavez on the bump for the Angels. See his record, 14th game, 13th start, 5-6.
3-2 mark in his career versus the Astros. 2.86 ERA for Jesse.
Springer, center fielder, hitting .279, 16 home runs, 38 runs batted in. 2 for 4 game yesterday. Houston had a total of 10 hits against the Halos. This one's fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike.
His numbers this season in a couple starts, 0-1. He's got a lot of run support. Just 2 runs of support, but an ERA 2.70. So he's been solid against the Astros this season.
Well, it's not easy to get runs against Houston. They are the top staff in the American League. 3.57. Well, the Angels did come to life on Friday night. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Good fastball there from Jesse Chavez. 93-mile-an-hour 4-seam fastball.
Two to Springer. This is away. Full count.
One pitch Jesse has really thrown well and has been effective this season has been his cut fastball, his cutter. Batting average against him this season is the 151 batting average. Tried it right there with 17 punch outs with that pitch.
That's a called strike 3. Springer had thrown the bat, was taken off the elbow guard.
That's all over the strike zone.
No doubt.
Perfect pitch.
Tried to sell it because he was looking for something else. 1 down.
I mean, location of this pitch is right down the heart of the plate at the knees. There's no doubt that was a strike. Still upset about that pitch.
Reddick swinging first pitch, lifts one out to Eric Young Jr.
He tried to flare that one in with the Nature Boy sounds in the at the field here with Reddick coming to the plate.
Take a look at the Angels on the defensive side. Young, Maven, Calhoun in the outfield from left to right. Valbuena, Simmons, Espinosa, and Crone from third to first. Again behind the plate, Martin Maldonado.
And Valbuena moving over from first to third base, a position he knows pretty well in this ballpark. At a .967 career fielding percentage at third base, in which he's played 503 games at third base for Luis Valbuena.
Took something off.
Yeah, that's a good cut fastball. I mentioned those numbers, really good numbers, and you're going to have to utilize that pitch against a number of these Astros hitters, especially in Jose Altuve, .324 hitter this season with 9 home runs.
No balls, 2 strikes. Interesting thing for the Astros is that they lead. We talked about it yesterday. Virtually every offensive category, they're first or second. They've only hit .264 at home. Now, .264 as a team is really good, but when you're hitting as a team, .277. And a pretty hitter-friendly ballpark.
Very quick infield, short dimensions.
This one's out toward right center field, hit pretty well. Maven's got a long way to go, and he will track it down as he steps onto the track. Jesse Chavez with a 1-2-3 shutdown inning. We head to the second with the Angels up 1-0. Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with Positive Coaching Alliance and its mission to develop better athletes, better people by working to provide all youth and high school athletes a positive character-building sports experience. Visit foxsportsupports.com to learn more. Albert Pujols with a home run in the first, his 601st of his career. Give the Angels a 1-0 lead as DJ Cron flips one out to right. Reddick comes racing in. He will squeeze it for the first out. Simmons takes a high fastball for a strike.
That's a four-seam fastball. Hitters have had a little bit of success against Paulino this season on a four-seam fastball. .389 batting average, including 2 home runs. Albert hit a home run against his four-seam fastball in the first inning. That slider, though, a different story, though. Just .214 batting average with 6 punch-outs with that nasty slider he has.
This is third start of the season, third home run he's given up. They have 3 home runs in 3 outings last year. Pitching at AAA this year, 3 starts, a 4.50 ERA with an 0-1 mark. That's lined down the left field side and just fouled out in front.
One of those counts, 2-hole throw is slider now on a 2-2 count here. The nasty one he has. There's 6 strikeouts in his 14 batters faced, a .214 batting average with his slider. He's thrown a couple pretty good sliders that have not been called a strike yet in this game.
2-2. Andrelton lifts one out toward left. In on the hands just enough. Aoki puts it away, 2 down. Team Maldonado 0 for 3 last night with a couple of strikeouts and a walk. Two-hit game Friday night, including a home run, a 2-run shot. Strike 1. Martin now at .265, .337 on base percentage, 5 home runs. Catching yet another day game after a night game.
It's amazing how often he's in the starting lineup. Still has been very productive at the plate. 12 extra base hits, .265 batting average for Martin Maldonado. Gratterall on the bench right now has been very solid himself, especially defensively, throwing out a lot of base stealers, over 50% this season.
Cued back toward the mound. Paulino has it. And a 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the bottom of the second. It's a 1-0 Halo lead. the all-new 2017 Subaru Impreza. Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru. Got lucky with some great weather here. Even had the roof open on Friday night. A little warmer today as it was yesterday. That's why the roof is closed. The Angels on 1-0 courtesy of the Pujols home run in the first inning. Cardinals Beltran to lead things off for Houston here in the second. He'll be followed by Evan Gattis and Marvin Gonzalez. Jesse Chavez and a 1-2-3 first, including a strikeout. Beltran yesterday 1 for 4. Picked up a double. We'll take downstairs. Double for Beltran, his 550th of his career. He'll pull this one into the shift. Espinosa's there, one away.
Still off the end of the bat too, but right at Espinosa in that outfield in the shift.
Hey, Angels baseball is great family fun for everyone. For only $44, get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks with the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack. Just go to angels.com/fun pack for more information. Evan Gattis into the game as a pinch hitter and got a base hit. It was Friday night, did not play yesterday. The start behind the dish today.
It was the old school, no batting gloves.
Ground ball toward the hole. Valbuena to his left has it. 2 down. They really wet the dirt here in this ballpark. All the way around the infield.
Especially early on, you can really notice it as the game progressed. Obviously, it will dry more so, but this is a quick infield. The grass tight. Baseball will get through there quickly.
Marvin Gonzalez, the starting shortstop. Correa getting the day off.
Ryan McCann getting the day off. Gattis behind the plate just hit that ground ball out. It was just 1 for 14 McCann in his career versus Jesse Chavez. One of the main reasons he's not in the lineup today. Gonzalez had a real good at bat, that 10-pitch at bat yesterday before getting a base hit. Really done a nice job as playing a number of different positions. We've seen him at first, short, left.
He's reached safely in 29 straight starts. But first Friday night, left field last night, shortstop today. .322 batting average, 12 home runs, 34 runs batted in. 2 balls and a strike. Not as big a crowd today as we saw Friday and Saturday.
It's a great view.
Full capacity there in the out-of-town scoreboard. This one's fouled off.
A good view from the 6th inning of the Colorado Rockies.
So we do the Open from there in September when we're back here.
We'll never look better, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, no doubt. It's like one of those ducks in a shooting gallery. Bing. 2-2. Gonzalez goes down swinging. 6 up, 6 down as Jesse's picked up a couple of punch outs. We'll head to the third. 1-0 Halos.
The scheme for the Angels to be successful against this Astro club. A little Kenny Chesney setting the world on fire. That means manufactures some runs, running the bases well, aggressively stealing bags, first to third, and then the little ball to be able to score some runs. Albert Pujols with the home run, but going to need that speed to be able to score some runs against Paulino today.
Slow breaking ball, first strike, allegedly. See Eric Young Jr. looking back. Young, Espinosa, and Maben. There's Paulino here in the third.
These are the counts so far this season where Paulino has been very successful. Batting average under 100. He's got 2 strikes. He'll go to that slider quite a bit in these counts. Not an overpowering fastball, a good one. And not a 97, 98 mile an hour fastball from Paulino. Nearly 93, 94.
The dribbler goes foul. And so Paulino's made 2 starts, 2 no decisions. Both of them on the road at Minnesota and Kansas City. Last start, 5 2/3, 3 runs on 8 hits, 4 strikeouts and a walk through 89 pitches.
See his best fastball so far, 94.
It's foul tipped into the mid. Down goes Young. Second strikeout for Paulino. 1 away.
Paulino has mixed in his curveball so far in this game. Also, along with his slider, gets a swing and miss on that breaking ball.
Tried to bunt his way on. Gurriel will field it, and nobody's covering. It's a base hit for Espinosa.
Not that it was a perfect bunt, but because you made the first baseman field it away from the base, and where Altuve was playing and the pitcher not getting over to be able to get to the base, it ends up being a perfect bunt as far as location for Espinosa. Now I think you got to look in terms of see if Espinosa will be stealing the bases. He's got a couple stolen bases this season, but caught twice.
Maben's 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first. Terrific diving play by Bregman, the third baseman. Gets away from Gaddis. Espinosa will advance. Wild pitch. And Gaddis tried to backhand that one.
It's a hard slider well off the plate and then the dirt. You got to try to get your body over there, keep it in front. Very difficult to be able to scoop that one with just the glove when it has that type of spin or rotation when it hits the dirt.
That's pulled through the hole, a base hit. Espinosa is going to be stopped at third with Aoki playing shallow and left. So a single for Maben puts runners at the corners. Cole Calhoun.
Well, he's been locked in here in Houston. Cameron Maben got robbed of a base hit his first at bat, not this time. 1 for 2 in the game. Aoki, pretty good throwing arm, has 7 outfield assists in left field.
Call a fly ball to center field in the first.
Maben with 17 stolen bases this season, has been caught once. lot of times you'll keep the runner at first base for at least at a pitch or two, with Cole being a left-handed batter, to keep that hole open between first and second.
David's on the move, and Cole will foul it back. Not the best of jumps for Cameron. Cole jumping on that first pitch. Up to those 17 stolen bases. That leads the league right now at 40 bags. This is his career high back in 2011 as a member of the Padres.
And if he can stay healthy this whole season, he's going to get to that point.
A low throw there.
Longer throwing motion to the first base. I think as a base runner, you get a little bit bigger lead against Paulino, especially where he puts the glove. It's right on his back hip. It's going to be longer throw to first base.
David again takes off, pitch upstairs, a throw down by Gaddis, a good one, but Cameron gets the hand in there ahead of the tag. Got 18 stolen bases now. Gaddis did everything he could.
Get rid of that baseball quickly. Again, you have a 6'7" pitcher on the mound, a little bit longer throwing motion. He did everything right. Gaddis got the ball, got rid of it quickly. Last season threw at over 40% of base stealers. This season is 22 coming into this game, and has allowed another stolen base.
That was the quasi pitch out too. Fastball up and away. Field in. 1-1 count. Big hole on the left side. Gonzalez trying to keep Maven close to the bag.
Remember, they did this to Cole a couple of times in game 1, especially early in the game. It is surprising when you bring the infield in this early. You're only down 1-0, and with the offense that you have, you're opening yourself up for a big inning going against you. That's what happened to the Astros in game 1.
Pujols on deck. 2-1 pitch. Cole lines with a center of base hit. Espinosa will score. Maven is going to be waved in. Springer's throw is sailing off target, and it's a 2 RBI single for Cole. Makes it 3-0 Angels.
I think Cole loves it when they bring the infield in against him. That's another 2 RBI single, just like he did on Friday night. Does it here on Sunday. It's a pitch lower part of the strike zone, used in the middle part of the field. We said that was important to use that big part of the field against Paulino. Good swing by Cole, driving in 2. It's 12 RBIs for Cole Calhoun in his last 11 games. Will Cole be on the move here?
Albert takes a slider for a strike. 408-foot home run in the first inning. 10th of the year, 45th run batted in. That's out toward right center field. Reddick moves over, calling for it. 2 down. Balbuena struck out then the first one of 2 punch outs for Paulino.
really slows down his delivery as far as his changeup. A lot of times he'll do that, especially as a younger pitcher. You want to make sure you have taken something off the pitch as far as your changeup. Instead of trusting the grip, you slow down your whole throwing process, and hitters can read that. By the way, the Angels with 7 stolen bases in this series versus the Astros. 5 from Cameron Maybin.
53 now on the season as a team. 2-0. A little bit outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Crone on deck.
Definitely the green light here for Valbuena. If he gets a 4-seam fastball, we talked about success hitters have had against Paulino on a 4-seam fastball.
Swinging 3-0. Not a big lead at all for Cole. And there's a walk.
Change up once again.
Yeah. Surprised he'd gone to that because the curveball and the slider have been so good.
Maybe that's why Brent Trump's going to go out and talk to him now, saying, hey, your curveball has been good. That's a change of speed pitch for you. When you look at percentages of pitches thrown this season for Paulino so far, 46% fastballs, 30% sliders, 11% curveball, and 12% changeups. He's already thrown 46 pitches, 20 in this inning.
Two on, 2 outs. Crone saw one pitch in the second and a fly ball to right.
That's a pitch for C.J. Crone to stay back. When he's hitting well, we always talk about him being a gap-to-gap type hitter. Right field, right center field, to left center field. That's the pitch where he could have driven, stay back and drove that ball very well to right center field. And so instead tried to pull it.
One ball, 1 strike. Calhoun at second base. Valbuena at first. Cole with a 2 RBI single to extend the Angels' lead. It's 1-2. Got another breaking ball. Crone goes down swinging, and the inning comes to an end. But Cole continues his torrid pace on this road trip. A 2 RBI single with 1 out here in the third extends the Angels' lead.
worthy. Aaron Judge, take a look at this shot yesterday in New York. 121.1 miles per hour off the bat. Got out of the ballpark in 3.3 seconds for Aaron Judge. He's pretty strong. Baseball jumped off the bat and out quickly in Yankee Stadium. Huge fan favorite in New York, putting up some outstanding numbers this season for the Yankees. And the Yankees coming into town, 19 home runs, 332 batting average with 44 RBI.
Yankees have hit 98 home runs, and their game is still going on today. They're winning again today, 7-3 against Baltimore. Bottom third of the order for Houston. Gurriel, Bregman, and Aoki. 6 up, 6 down for Jesse Chavez with a couple of strikeouts. 10-game hitting streak for Gurriel. Career best. 3-0. He's batting .277, 6 home runs, and 28 runs batted in. Native of Cuba.
First 3 pitches off the outside corner. That got a lot of the plate there, and a 3-0 fastball from Jesse Chavez.
That's line to right. Cole has to move over, and he'll make the running catch. That ball was smoked.
Real good angle Cole took to be able to run that one down. Saw it off the bat very well. Able to track it down. Nice play. See the angle he took. Quickly gets out and gets that shot by Gurriel out to right center field. Reaches out. Nice play by Cole Calhoun. Had that big 2 RBI single in the top of the third.
Alex Bregman homered in Friday's game, 7th of the year, hitting .248. Third baseman went 0 for 3 last night. Driven foul, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's go back to that Aaron Judge swing. How about 121 miles per hour off the bat? Hit speed. Quickest ever measured according to StatCast. Get to see him tomorrow when the Yankees come into town.
Get to see him for 6 games over the next week and a half. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Born in Linden, California, went to Fresno State. We talked about that batting average at .332, 44 RBI, but 19 home runs, which leads the majors in category.
Off speed just misses. Full count. The Angels play the Yankees for 3 games, and the Royals for 4. Then go out on the road to take on the Yankees for 3 games. Not an easy stretch between now and the All-Star break. 3-2. Bregman takes a walk. First base runner of the game comes via the walk.
Now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by the new 2017 Kia Sorento. The Astros have played very well within the division. See the numbers against the Angels, 6-3. The A's, they're beating them 4-1. Mariners 5-2 against them, and the Rangers, they've owned the Rangers 6-1 mark. So that's why you see that outstanding divisional record for the Astros, 21-7. Minute of the game.
It's interesting to note that they're just, what, 500? Yeah, 10-10 against the Central. Played very good baseball against everybody else. Aoki at the plate. Left fielder, .254, 4 doubles, a home run, 10 RBIs. Takes the breaking ball downstairs.
Think of the Central. That's a little bit down this season, the AL Central. It's competitive, and everyone's right around that 500 mark.
A lot of media attention on Nori Aoki over this weekend. They foul this one off. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Aoki is 2 hits shy for 2,000 hits in his professional baseball career between Japan and the United States. That means once he gets there, automatic entrance into the Meikyukai. Translates into the Golden Players Club or their Hall of Fame. That's why the media attention on a quick throw to first. And it's played by Maldonado and Chrome. Back in there safely is Bregman.
Yeah, we noticed a line up here in the press box.
It's down and away. 3-1 count. Back-to-back batters, 3-ball counts. Top of the order, Springer on deck.
Imagine Bregman on the move here on a 3-2 count with 1 out. An opportunity to strike him out, throw him out.
Oh, he's leaning.
Chavez with 1 pickoff this season. That was the second base, though.
Bregman goes. Aoki hits one out to left field. Young has to go back, and he'll make the catch on the track. Bregman hustling back to first. 2 down. Here comes Springer. Hey, by the way, good luck to both Council and Fulton and Long Beach State. They're locking horns right now at Blair Field. Winner take all. Winners going to Omaha next weekend.
Either way, SoCal will be represented well. Well, Jose Moto will be checking out the scores during the course of the game. Cal State Fullerton grad.
Springer struck out looking in the first. This one out to right field. Towering shot chasing Cole back, and this one is gone. A 2-run blast the opposite way. It's 3-2 Angels. Springer with his 17th home run of the season, now with 40 runs batted in. You know what, Gooby? You talk about C.J. Cron and his strength. That's exactly what you're talking about. Take that pitch and just drive it the other way, especially in this ballpark.
Especially in this ballpark. Anything hit in the air to the right field at all has a chance to get out of the ballpark. 17th home run. The pitch it's away. And the ball's going to drift very well to right field in this ballpark. And when you think about the numbers, it's 2 for 12 in his career, Springer, against Chavez. But that one made that one count. 2-run home run. Get that 2 runs right back.
First hit of the game for Houston. That's a loud one.
And now that's 19 straight games with a home run for the Astros, breaking a club record. Major League record is 25 straight.
And Reddick lines with the right. Quick visit to the mound by Charles Nagy.
Two pitches in this inning for Chavez. Mentioned that streak of home runs, 19 straight games, broke the club record at 2000. Lance Berkman in the booth right next to us was part of that team back in 2000. For the Houston Astros, it had 18 straight games with a home run. There he is. And a great career in the major leagues. Talk about a guy that can hit the ball well to all fields and drive it well.
The best post-home run non-bat flip ever. Just placing the bat down on the ground gently. Tuve fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Why mess with the piece of lumber that just gave you the home run? Why throw it?
Yeah. What if it?
Place it back down.
Yeah. What if it just lands wrong and cracks when it falls on the ground?
Take care of your equipment. Tuve, a fly ball to center, his first AB.
Well, they are not chasing that glove side fastball against Chavez today. He hasn't missed by a lot, maybe about a half a baseball at the corner, but they have not gone after that pitch.
Three-1. That missed low. Second walk of the inning, puts 2 men on base. They join the Angels for Christmas in June on Wednesday. The Yankees are in town to wrap up that 3-game set. Fans in attendance that night get a Rookie of the Year blanket courtesy of St. Joseph Hoke Health while supplies last. For more information, just go to angels.com. Two on, 2 outs. 3-2 Halos. We're in the third. These are the situations in which Jesse has really struggled with this year, and that's with men in scoring position. Tough hitter in Carlos Beltran, although he did get him to hit a soft liner in the second inning right to Danny Espinosa, who's playing in shallow right field.
That 1 pickoff this season for Chavez was a pickoff at second base. Quick footwork for Chavez.
This is a little soft liner out toward left center field. Maben will haul it in for the 3rd out. So the home run is all the Astros get. We head to the 4th. 3-2 Angels. issues in the third and see if the Angels can get to him once again. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by Authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Simmons, Maldonado, and Young here in the fourth. Paulino with 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Anderson takes downstairs. Simba with a fly ball field in the left field, pardon me, in the second innings. He's 0 for 1. Pulls this one past Bregman and toward the corner. It'll go for extra bases. Simmons on his way to second. Thinking about 3. No, he'll stop right there as Aoki gets the baseball back in. 13th double of the year for Andrelton.
Yeah, especially when you talk about a leadoff double. You're in scoring position at that point. You don't want to take that shot unless you know you get it easily into third base. Especially Maldonado coming up after you. Had a high fastball, turns on it. Hits that one right by Bregman, who made a nice play on Maben early in the game. This time unable to do so, and a double by Simba. Maldonado is very good as far as situational hitting and hit the ball to the right side of the infield.
Okay, trying to go the other way. No balls and a strike. Martin had cued one back to Paulino in the second to end that second inning, so he's 0 for 1.
He's trying to let that baseball travel to hit the ball to the right side of the field. Now with 2 strikes, that approach changes. You're just trying to make good contact. See how he's letting this baseball travel. Thought process, try to hit the ball to that right side of the infield. If not, get a base hit in the right field.
Leadoff double for Simmons. He's at second. He takes off for third. This was bounced to the left side. Bregman plays it on the short hop. Throws out Maldonado for the out.
Well, a real good jump by Simmons. He was forcing Bregman to look at him as he made that turn around third base to see if he can get him to throw the ball wide at first. See that big jump that Simba got on that one. And with a young pitcher not daring to look back to second, it's a great jump. See right there is trying to get Bregman to look at him, be a little bit slow on the throw over, end up being a pretty close play. Infield in once again for the Astros.
1-run game. Eric Young Jr. takes low. He struck out leading off to third.
Slow curveball out of the strike zone high. If you're Eric Young Jr., that's the type of pitch you want in this at bat. A high curveball like that, because you can hit that ball deep in the air into the outfield, and at the very least bring home Andrelton Simmons with a sac fly. You're looking for something you could hit in the air, especially with the infield in.
Upstairs.
Talk about that pitch percentage. Fastball, even though it's a pretty good fastball, it is 46%. 30 with a slider, changeup 13, curveball 11. If you look at this entire Astros staff, they're generally going to be almost split down the middles between fastball and secondary pitches, sometimes even more secondary pitches than the fastball. Big believers in that swing and miss type pitch, and that would be the secondary ones. So back-to-back high fastballs. Would not be surprised now. You'll see a slow curve. That's what he got Eric Young Jr. out with in the first inning.
Ground ball to second. Simmons coming on contact. Throw home, and they call him out.
Mike
I don't know,
Soha,
that was pretty close.
yeah, Mike Soha may take a look at it on a couple different reasons. Was there a clear path in there to slide? And did he indeed beat the throw to the plate? Mike Soha's going to take a look at it. From our angle, it almost looked like he did get in there. And Gaddis.
Yeah.
He might have gotten him there.
I mean, his foot goes right into the shin guard, so clearly got him.
Did he give him a path to get to the plate, though? That's the one thing. He's got that foot across the plate and not really a clear path to the plate before catching the baseball. I think that's what Mike Socha is figuring it out.
Not going to challenge it. Puts it out at home, 2 outs.
It's good play, good throw by Altuve.
Fielder's choice for Young. Here's Danny Espinosa. Bunt base hit in his first AB. Young's on the move. They pitch out. The throw down is not in time.
Another stolen base for the Angels in this series. Second of the game. With a pitch out on, still able to steal the bag. Good jump by Eric Young Jr., his 4th stolen base. Eighth stolen base of the series for the Angels. Certainly one thing to keep in mind, especially the next time you play the Astros, and in general when scouts are here at this game, the clubs are, and the Angels in particular, have been able to steal bases against the Astros.
Two balls, 1 strike. Espinosa with that bunt base hit, moved to second on a wild pitch, and eventually scored on the single by Cole in the 3rd inning. That's ripped foul. Just out in front. Espinosa strikes out, swinging the Angels, Leo man in scoring position. So a leadoff double, the Halos get nothing out of it. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, still up 3-2. better than ever sales event with the best total savings on select models in Hyundai's history is going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Bottom of the fourth here in Houston, 3-2. Halos on top. Jesse Chavez, prolonged third inning, facing 7 batters, giving up the home run to Springer, but nothing more. We'll face Gaddis, Gonzalez, and Gurriel in the Astros half of the fourth.
It's a big inning here for Jesse, especially after a solid defensive play by Altuve prevented the Angels from scoring their 4th run of the game. So 1-run game after a tough third inning for Jesse after getting their quick first out.
Gaddis skying one to center field off the end of the bat. Just a couple of steps for Cameron Maybin. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here comes Marlon Gonzalez. Gonzalez struck out in the second on a tough slider down and in. Two balls and a strike. Couple of strikeouts, couple of walks for Chavez. 2 hits allowed. Home run to Springer, and single by Reddick.
He's had some good life on his fastball. That went 93.
Breaking pitch, and Gonzalez goes down swinging for the 2nd time today. 2 down.
And that pitch was set up by the fastball to pitch before. Great location. And you have to track that as a hitter, especially when you're spotting a fastball in the outside part of the plate. Come backdoor with a breaking ball, curveball, swing and miss. Nice sequence there by Chavez and Maldonado.
One ball, one strike. Gurriel, a fly ball to right field. More of a line drive in the 3rd inning. Gurriel launches one out to deep left center field, and that is out of here. A home run for Yuli Gurriel, and we're tied at 3. 11-game hitting streak now. That's his 7th home run of the season. 29th RBI.
And the out he made his first at bat was a line drive that Cole Calhoun ran down. What had happened is we talk a lot about when you're trying to go inside with a fastball. If you're going to miss, you're better off missing off the plate in than drifting out over the plate. That's exactly what happened there. Gurriel was able to get a fastball. See where Maldonado was set up. He's almost off the inside corner. See where his mitt was located, and then he's got to reach back, and Gurriel hits that one out to left center field. Home run number 7.
Astros now have hit 99 home runs on the season. 2 outs, bases cleared. Alex Bregman, third baseman. Up to walk in his first AB. Plate appearance, I should say.
Jesse Chavez has now allowed 17 home runs this season.
The Angels have given up 93.
The thing about Jesse this season, other than the home run ball, he's been very, very good. When he's made a mistake with a pitch, especially his fastball. You know, coming into the game, he's allowed 12 home runs versus his 2-seam and 4-seam fastball. And home run Gurriel, definitely on a 4-seam fastball. And Springer was a fastball down that he hit out to right field. So 2 more home runs off the fastball, 14 on the season.
Three-two, and Bregman fouls it back. Bregman works his second walk. Third walk issued by Jesse. And here's Aoki. Aoki, a fly ball to left field in his first at bat, takes a high fastball for a strike.
The ball slowed it down his delivery a little bit. Chavez there on that pitch. A 65 pitches. When you think about it, first couple of innings to a total of 19 pitches. These last couple innings, though, the pitch count going up for Jesse Chavez.
Two-one count.
Fans here for this 3-game set. Minute Maid Park.
Yeah, this thing's great. The smallest crowd of the three. 40,000 plus the first 2 nights. Still another good crowd. 2-2. Full count. Crow will play behind Bregman. It's going to take off on the pitch. A 3-2 count and 2 outs. Aoki shoots one out to right center field. That's a base hit. Bregman's headed to third. He's going to be waved home, and he's going to score rather easily. Nori Aoki with an RBI single puts the Astros up 4-3.
Bregman has now scored twice after walking both times. And because he's on the move on a 3-2 pitch, Aoki's able to line that one into the gap in right center field. Maybe gets it in quickly, but because Bregman's on the move, he's able to score all the way from first base. Just one hit away now from 2,000 career hits, combined the major leagues and in Japan.
Springer lays off, homered up the opposite way. 2-run shot in the third. Pick-off attempt. .28 pitches in the third, 24 so far here in the fourth. Lifted down the line, long run from Cole. And just into the front row.
Very dangerous slide into that play by the wall by Cole Calhoun. Good effort by him. Bullpen moving and some action in the bullpen for the Angels right now. Chavez with 72 pitches. We're only in the fourth inning. Blake Parker warming up.
Pouring outside. But drying here. Two on. Just off the plate. Maldonado doesn't like it. Neither Chavez, but it's off the plate.
It looked like he was in position to call that a strike. See it by his reaction. I think he's going to call this one a strike initially, just slightly off the outside corner, but a very tight zone for Ramon De Jesus.
Three one. He walked him. Fourth walk of the game, second of the inning. Look at Mike Soha, and that's going to be it for Jesse Chavez. I think Blake Parker had been getting ready. No move as of yet. Usually see this. Means that Brooks coming with him unless Jesse talks him into staying in there. Josh Reddick is the next man due up for Houston. Juan de Jesus coming out to break up the rock pile, and Soha has a word or two for him. Now they're going to go to the bullpen. So pitching change. Chavez is done after just 3 2/3. He'll depart with a couple of men on. The Angels trailing this one 4-3. Thursday, the greatest players in the world descend upon Aaron Hills for one of golf's most anticipated events of the year. Dustin Johnson looks to defend his title, but Jason Day, Jordan Spieth, and Rory McIlroy primed to tame golf's ultimate test to be crowned America's champion. The 117th U.S. Open begins June 15th on Fox, FS1, and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. 3 2/3 innings for Jesse Chavez, 74 pitches, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, a couple of home runs allowed. And he departs with 2 men on base. Aoki at second base, Springer at first. As Blake Parker takes over on the mound. 31st appearance for Blake. 1-2 with a 2.22 earned run average.
He's been very good. 0 earned runs in his last 15 1/3 innings pitch. That's the best current streak by any reliever in baseball.
Reddick so far today, a fly ball to left and a single. Oh, 2.
Well, between his curveball and his split, to go along with 94, 95 on his fastball, Parker has been excellent out of the bullpen for Mike Soha. There's a split, try to get Reddick to chase that out of the strike zone. 43 strikeouts in 28 1/3 innings pitched coming into this game for Parker.
1-2. Another 1-2. Reddick will foul it off. One-two. Reddick pulls this one, and Cron has it go off his glove and trickle into right field. Aoki will score. Springer on the way to third. He'll stop there, and it's 5-3. Reddick with an RBI single. Second hit of the game.
All these runs happening for the Astros after 2 outs. Just off the glove and away from Crone. Reddick having a big season this year against the Angels. 375 coming into this game today. 2 more hits. Now giving him 14 hits and 35 at-bats this season against the Angels. Just a .263 career hitter, but this season with the Astros, swinging the bat very well against the Angels.
All 5 of the runs scored by Houston, as you pointed out, with 2 outs. Home run by Springer to third, and 3 so far here in this 4th inning. Altuve swinging first pitch toward the hole. That's a base hit. So Springer scores to make it 6-3.
Pretty good indication how quick this infield is here at Minute Maid Park. Hit well by Altuve, but once he gets on that ground and then the grass flies through the infield.
All these runs charged to Chavez, and the book closed on him now. And Beltran out to right field. Cole comes in. There's the 3rd out of this 4th inning. 4-run 4th inning for Houston. They lead at 6-3 as we head to the 5th. minivans. Test drive one at your local Chrysler dealership today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. 6-3, Houston leads it. Craig Biggio, the Hall of Famer.
Saw him here at game 1 of this series.
He's always around here.
Yes, he is.
They'll welcome in another one of his teammates to the Hall of Fame this year, Jeff Bagwell. Get inducted into Cooperstown. Top of the 5th inning.
Remember the Killer Bees back in the day for the Astros. So Lance Berkman a little early up in the booth for the Astros today.
Top of the order for the Angels. Maben, Calhoun, and Pujols. Paulino back out of the bump, although there was some action. Guys moving around in the Astros pen.
Still plenty of time to come back in this game. And quite a few base runners already against Paulino.
Cameron's 1 for 2 with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. Grounded out sharply in his first at bat. That was a pitch that was borderline. Goes the Angels' way. 2-1. Back up the middle, and Maben with his second hit of the ballgame. Leadoff man on board to start the 5th.
Well, you talk about someone who's locked in and shorten up his swing, that's making contact right back up the middle. Could easily be 3 for 3 in this game if it wasn't for Bregman's great play in his first at bat. Very important for Cameron. Just get that foot down and just shorten up on the swing and right back up the middle and hit it on the ground. Utilize the speed. And even though you're down 3 runs, not slow down that running game.
Cole 1 for 2. Lays off the high fastball.
Tried a little slide step, and because of that, elevated that fastball.
And there is action in the Astros pen. Paulino's never won a game at the major league level. So sure, they'd like to see him try to get through 5 anyway, at least qualify. Halos with 8 stolen bases in this 3-game set. 7th time in franchise history. The first time since 2009.
Big lead again for Maben. And back easily. It looks like you get a little bit more of a lead.
Two balls, no strikes. Michael Feliz getting ready for Houston.
There's numbers for Cole once you get through that month of May. Just a 158 batting average. But in June, 438 with more home runs already. Plenty of games left here in the month of June. Whether that's a sign from the dugout or a young pitcher really paying attention to a potential stolen base threat. All of a sudden now he's put himself in position on a good, put Cole Calhoun in a very good hitter's count.
It's one of the better off-speed pitches he's thrown. Changeups. 2 balls, 1 strike. Both teams with 6 hits. But 2 of the Astros have been home runs. 2-run shot by Springer, solo shot by Gurriel.
Imagine Cameron may be on the move.
3-1.
Cole with 12 RBI in this month.
(3-1), and he works the walk. So 2 on, nobody out for Pujols.
And with Albert coming to the plate, his first at bat, looks like AJ Hinch is going to the bullpen first, though.
Wow.
Especially with Albert coming to the plate, a chance to tie it up at one swing of the bat.
Paulino. Here with 2 on and nobody on in the 5th inning, with the Angels down 6-3. Michael Feliz takes over on the mound. The 23-year-old right-handed Dominican fireballer, pitching his 25th game, 2-0 record, a .267 earned run average.
He's got a fastball 92 to 97. A little hard slider and a changeup.
Albert homered in the 1st inning, a solo shot, hit a fly ball right in the 3rd.
That hard slider off the plate. Albert homered on a fastball in the 1st inning. I'm just watching Cole Calhoun. He's keeping an eye on Cameron Maybin to see if Maybin would go. Altuve trying to keep him close at second base.
(2-0). Fastball.
Pretty good spot with a fastball there. 2 sliders out of the strike zone.
Altuve trying to keep Maybin close to the bag at second. 2-1.
Both fastballs the exact same spot against Albert. His go-to pitch for a swing and miss is his slider.
And Albert takes a fastball right down the pipe. 1 out.
With 2 fastballs in the outer part of the plate, but still a lot of the strike zone. And with 2 strikes, fastball close to the heart of the plate on a 2-seam fastball, lower part of the strike zone. And Albert's really crushed that baseball this season. That lowered strike on a fastball. Now you wonder if they don't try to steal. Astros thinking the same thing.
Valbuena strikeout and a walk today. Luis getting the start over at third base today with Escobar getting the day off. 0-2. There's Jr.
You don't see him get many days off. He plays a lot of games.
That's line toward the middle, of base hit. Maven will score. Calhoun will head to third. It's a 6-4 game. Luis with the RBI single.
Good swing there by Valbuena. 3 fastballs in at bat against him. This time he lines it in the right center field for a hit. About thigh high on the fastball. A lot of the plate on an 0-2 pitch. Angels back in business, swinging the bat well today. 7 hits in the game.
8 runs batted in over the last 14 games for Valbuena. First and third, 1 out. Here's C.J. Cron, 0 for 2. Fly ball to right and a strikeout.
Slider on the upper part of the strike zone. Another breaking ball.
That's blocked by Gaddis.
Very important one too. Not only keep Calhoun from scoring, but you don't allow Valbuena to get into scoring position himself. Three straight breaking balls.
Two on now. High fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Calhoun standing at third, Valbuena at first. And Cron pulls one to left field, a base hit. Calhoun will score. Valbuena's on his way to third. RBI double for C.J. Cron. It's a 1-run deficit. 6-5 Houston. Got a hanging slider.
Almost very similar to the one he threw first pitch, but after a high fastball came back with a slider, got a lot of the plate. C.J. Cron doubles to left field, 4th double, 13th RBI. You know, I was kind of surprised that A.J. Hinch took out Paulino. You're up by a significant amount of games in your division. You just want to see if that youngster can find his way and fight his way through an inning. You have a lead, took him out. Now the bullpen is giving up a couple runs.
Second and third. Here's Simmons, who doubled in his last plate appearance. Infield halfway, and Andrelton shoots one out toward left center field. It'll bring home the tying run as Valbuena will come in to score. And it's a 6-6 game. Sac fly for Andrelton Simmons, picks up his 27th run batted in.
Talked about him as being a catalyst in the lineup here today early on. Double, and now sac fly ties it up. So good swings in this inning. 3 runs. Took care of some mistakes made on the mound.
Martin Maldonado fouls it back. 0 for 2 so far today.
We battle the bullpens here today. Talk about how well the Angels have hit with runners in scoring position on this road trip. 4 for 9 today, 375 now on this road trip. Good swing from Valbuena. Anderson Simmons getting the job done with a sac fly to tie it up. Cameron Maben, 2 runs scored in the game again today. The game again by Cameron Maben. He's got a stolen base, could easily be 3 for 3, but does have 2 runs scored, 2 for 3.
Martin with a 1-2 count. Cron over at second. Book closed on Paulino. Ended up going 4 innings plus 2 batters.
Jesse Chavez no longer on the hook here for the decision. Offense picked him up. Talked about how well he's pitched against the Astros this year, but not a lot of run support. Well, he's got some run support today now, hoping that his teammates can pull this one out and pick up the W. Paulino out of the game. Really still surprised that you try to see if your youngster can figure out a way to get through an inning with the lead. A.J. Hinch decides to go to the bullpen. The bullpen has been very good for the Astros. You can't blame her on that decision.
Count even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martin, the 7th man to cover the plate here in the 5th. This after a 4-run 4th inning for Houston to give them a 6-3 lead. The Angels have tied it up, looking for more. It's down low, gets away from Gaddis, but not far enough for Cron to advance. Eric Young, Jr. on deck.
Very important for C.J. Cron to get a pretty good secondary lead here. Good arms in the outfield for the Astros. Maldonado's able to get a base hit into the outfield.
3-2, and another good swing, foul back. Looked a little odd after that swing, and I'm wondering if it was just more about missing a pitch instead of something, feeling a little twinge or something in his leg.
I think he felt like he had a pitch to do some damage. He had a good swing and it fouled it back.
And he works the walk. They wanted appeal. It did not go. Nice plate appearance from Maldonado. 2 on now, 2 outs, and Young coming up.
Little bat flip on the walk. Saw Bregman do that today for the Astros.
Brent Strom, the pitching coach, going back out. Some scrambling going on in the Astros pen in right center. Hey, join the Angels Friday. Christmas in June celebration continuing. The Royals will be in town. Fans in attendance receive a Santa rally monkey courtesy of Farmer John while supplies last. Go to angels.com for more information. Slate's getting ready. Conversation continuing with Evan Gattis. Perhaps whispering sweet nothings. Feliz is here. Trying to get him back on track. Two on, 2 outs. Eric Young Jr. struck out in the 3rd, reached on the fielder choice and stole the base in the 4th. Went around. Trying to hold up on that pitch inside.
Firm fastball at 97.
One. Back.
Good swing at that fastball, lower part of the strike zone.
Young hits one out to deep right field. Reddick moving back on it at the wall. That is gone. Big fly for EY Jr. Halos have retaken the lead. It's 9-6.
As the late great Earl Weaver would say, that is the best play in baseball. The 3-run home run. Eric Young Jr. second home run as an Angels 6th RBI. For EY Jr. Brought some serious energy into this ball club. Has done a nice job swinging the bat. Loving it in the dugout right now for the Halos.
Even without Trout, a very resilient ball club.
We've seen a number of stolen bases, but we've also seen a lot of real good at bats.
Espinosa bouncing this one foul.
Even when you go back to that at bat by Maldonado to work the walk before the home run, 3-run home run by Eric Young Jr. Break a ball that's right to the zone for a left-handed swing, and Eric Young Jr. knew he got it. 3-run home run. Looking in here and find exactly where the spot of the bat with that baseball just traveled right into that zone, the swing path of Eric Young Jr. 5 for 10 in this series with runners in scoring position.
Espinosa goes down swinging, and the Angels are done here in the 5th inning. But a big 5th inning. 6 runs on the board to retake the lead. The capper, this one off the bat of Eric Young Jr.
Great swing on that breaking ball by Eric Young Jr.'s second home run of the season for EY. The bench liking that swing.
Here at the bottom of the 5th inning, a lot of excitement over the last inning. Plus, if you will, Keenan Middleton takes over on the mound for Blake Parker. Keenan will face Gaddis, Gonzalez, and Gurriel in the Astros half of the 5th inning. Second appearance of this series. Keenan, 18th on the season. No record at 2.51 ERA, 18 strikeouts, 7 walks at 14 1/3.
There's really been a lot of fight in this team. We talked about it even in spring training all the way through the season. You don't have Mike Trout in your lineup, yet you're still finding the ways to score runs and be competitive against, especially in this series. You're talking about the best team in baseball, and the Astros and the Angels have played well so far.
Fastball missing upstairs on Gaddis, who's 0 for 2, a ground ball to third and a fly ball to center.
You can even go back to Detroit. They were playing very well when the Angels went into Comerica Park in Detroit and played well and won that series 2-1.
Gaddis lifts one out to right. One down. Marwin Gonzalez struck out twice today against Jesse Chavez. So he's 0 for 2. Starting shortstop, no Carlos Correa to start the game.
Already been an exciting, high-scoring game already. And you think in terms of the Astros having McCann and Correa available off the bench at some point. There's been some runs scored in baseball today. That Yankee game, what, 14-3. Cameron Maybin been a spark for this offense. 2 runs scored, a couple hits, stolen base.
Three balls and a strike.
Eli Jr. 3-run home run. Nice at bat too by C.J. Cron, especially behind, and got a slider and double down the left field line.
1 out walk, puts a man on for Gurriel. One thing you can't do against this team is give them 3 passes.
3 walks have scored in this game already.
This is the 5th walk of the game. Jesse issued 4 in his 3 2/3. Gurriel homered his last at bat. He's 1 for 2. Career best 11 game hitting streak now.
Real good at bat by Martin Maldonado. Had some good swings, laid off a couple tough pitches, ended up working a walk right in front of the 3-run home run by Eric Young Jr. Bueno with a solid at bat. Again, that entire inning, some quiet approaches at the plate, using the whole field and capitalizing on mistakes.
2-1. That's the danger you run into, falling behind on a guy like Gurriel, having to go to the fastball.
And he can hit a fastball. We've seen that a number of times this season. Coming in the game today, a .318 hitter against the Angels this season. Struggled last year. This season has hit the ball very, very well. A couple home runs also, including one today.
Gonzalez at first, takes off, 3-2, is lifted out to right field. Cole has to go back on it, has a beat though. Makes the catch on the track, 2 down. Gonzalez back to first.
Does it feel like anything hit in the air is stress here in this ballpark?
Yeah.
It almost feels like it's Fenway Parkish. Albert's always enjoyed hitting in this ballpark, including a home run today. He has 30 home runs in his career in this yard.
Oh, 1 count on Bregman, who's walked twice and scored twice. Good slider. 0-2.
And that's the thing for Middleton. He's starting to get a better feel for his slider. He can throw it for a strike, and then he has that wipeout slider for a swing and miss.
Bregman hits one high and deep to left field. Eric Young Jr. moving back and near the wall will haul it in front of the Angels bullpen for the 3rd out of this inning. A shutdown inning for Keenan Middleton. We'll head to the 6th. Albert Pujols due up 30s, homered once today, and the Angels leading it 9-6. The box score for the Angels so far, it's 9-6 as we start this top of the 6th inning. Every starter with a hit, the exception being Martin Maldonado, who's over 2 with a walk. And here in the 6th inning, a new pitcher on for the Houston Astros. James Hoyt takes over on the mound. Michael Feliz ended up giving up 4 runs for the first time this year.
Speaking of home runs, Hoyt has allowed some home runs, 3 home runs in his last 6 games. Fastball is 92 to 96 range. He'll throw a slider and a changeup.
Top of the order, Maben, Calhoun, Pujols. And one around on the slider. So he's behind in the count. 2 for 3 so far today. 2 singles, a stolen base, 2 runs scored.
One thing you have to do and think in terms of as an offense, you got to keep adding on here. So even that last inning, some baseballs hit well to the wall, both in left center field and right field. Track down.
He'll go down swinging on the slider, 1 away.
Took a very good pitch to get Cameron Maben out. That was a nasty slider. Ahead of the count. See how sharp that break was. Looking at our tracer here to see where it starts and where it ends up on that hard slider. Get a swing and miss. Cole with 2 more RBI today. He's got the batting average up now to 237. Like on May 30th was a 205 batting average. Brought up 32 points.
1 for 2 so far today. 2 RBI, single in the 3rd. Walked and scored in the 5th.
We were talking with Eric Young Jr. A lot of times when Dino's going to be talking to, whether it's Eric Young Jr. or an outfielder, it's about outfield play. He was able to run that one down in front of the wall in left center field. And also base running. Knowing if he gets on base, what he could do with Hoyt on the mound.
Cole sneaks one inside the bag. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Always that learning process, even in between innings here. The conversation where you're going to be in the outfield as far as each hitter. And also you see him there with that stopwatch, know exactly how quick he's going to be to the plate if he can get on. Opportunity to steal a base. The Angels have been very, very good as far as stealing bases in this series.
Cole chases a slider. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hoyt. 2 down.
And Albert's first at bat is worthy of a Carl's Cam replay. Gets a fastball from Paulino and hits his 30th home run of his career in this yard. 56th overall for Albert Pujols against the Houston Astros. Home run number 601, looking for home run number 602.
Albert 1 for 3 with that home run of the first. It's up and in.
That home run by Albert, 408-foot shot to left center field. And measured in Jose Altuve's, 75.3 Jose Altuve's.
Two balls, 2 strikes. How many Altuve's was Aaron Judge's 495-foot shot? Go ahead and do the math on
Yeah,
that
I'm
one.
going to try to figure that one out. That's a little bit further.
I'll hang up and listen. Check swing. Albert goes around. Jesus brings him up, and Hoyt strikes out the side. Right to the bottom of the 6th with the Angels up 9-6. Nothing else. 33rd game for Jose. 0-2 record, a 4.43 ERA, 22 1/3 innings, 18 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Alvarez got into the game last night. That was to record 1 out, the final out of the bottom of the 8th.
And 3rd appearance of the series. By the way, the home run by Aaron Judge measured in 91.3 Jose Altuve's, the distance.
91.3, there you go.
91.3.
Aoki leading things off. 1 for 2, had an RBI double in his first plate appearance. Last plate appearance, I should say.
Good fastball. I firmly believe Jose Alvarez should use his fastball more. He's been pretty consistent, 92, 93, especially getting it up and in against left-handed batters, then setting up that outer part of the plate with his breakable.
2 balls and a strike. Oakie's doubled in the 4th inning, his 5th of the year, picked up his 11th run, batted it now 1 hit shy of 2,000 career hits combined between Japan here in the United States.
Yeah, good fastball once again from Alvarez. At 92, 93, 92 the last 3 pitches.
Ground ball toward the hole, and there it is. Career hit number 2,000 for Aoki. They know about it here in Houston. They're already standing up. And nice little ovation for their left fielder.
A special moment for him, get to keep that baseball. 2,000 career hits. Aoki between Japan and the major leagues here in the United States. Great ovation, 716 in the United States and MLB. It's a real nice ovation here. Stayed with the pitch, both his hits the other way. Just past Anderson Simmons into the outfield.
Automatic entrance into the Meikukan, their version of the Hall of Fame. The Golden Players Club is how it translates. Alvarez falls behind here, 2 balls and no strikes. Action in the Angels bullpen. Springer was 1 for 2, a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning, walked and scored in the 4th.
It's a dangerous spot against Springer, a high fastball, especially out over the plate. That's a baseball he can hit well to right center field. And an all-speed pitch, was looking to close the gap to a 1-run lead with a swing like that. All speed after a fastball upstairs. Changeup, very good changeup down to one knee. Rolled into 5 double plays.
Full count. Josh Reddick on deck. 3-2 and popped up. Crone has a long way to go into foul territory and he can't get there.
You remember yesterday he made a great play on a pop-up. Almost got to this one also. This is too far away. Good effort by C.J. Crone. Just past his glove.
That's line to center field. Might hang up for Maben, and it does. One away.
Nice play. That's one of those very difficult plays as a center fielder to commit to come in and run that one down. It gets by you. It's a whole lot of trouble, but a nice play by Maben in center. Able to slide in and keep that ball right in the glove. It was all about that first initial step and the commitment to come in on that baseball. Nice play by Cameron Maben.
Reddick with a couple of hits today. 2 singles and an RBI. 2 for 3. Hey, down at the farm, Doug Fister made his second start as a member of the Angels organization. Ended up going 5 2/3, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout.
Might see him real soon in the big leagues.
He's got an opt-out coming up. 20th or 24th of June.
No, it's coming up real soon.
Oh, 2. Breaking ball into the dugout. Reddick reaching for 1, shoots it out to right center field. Long run for Maben, and he will track it down. 2 down. Aoki back to first.
Talk about covering some distance in center field. 2 plays in a row. Cameron Maben. Reddick went down and got that pitch from Alvarez, and see the track he took and running that one down and making a key play. 2 really good plays in a row by Cameron Maben in center field. Solid with the bat, but also solid with the glove today.
Now with the left-hander Reddick retired and some sound off the bat of the Astros bats, Mike Soha is going to go to the bullpen. Altuve coming to the plate. The Angels up 9-6. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Coming to the plate, David Hernandez is asked to come in here and get the final out of this 6th inning. 22nd game as a member of the Angels. No record at 2.89 ERA. 19 strikeouts, 4 walks in 18 and 2/3 innings. It's the 4th reliever used by Mike Soha. Jesse Chavez got knocked out in the 4th, giving up 6 runs in 3 2/3 today. Parker for a 1/3 of an inning, Middleton for 1, Alvarez for 2/3, and now David Hernandez. Altuve 1 for 2, fly ball to center, a walk, and an RBI single. Oh, 1. No balls, 2 strikes.
Upper part of the strike zone.
Slider grounded over to short. Simmons will go the short way, force out Aoki. And we will head to the 7th with the Angels leading at 9-6.
Haven't talked about it in the opening, how well the club has played on a very tough road trip going to Detroit and here in Houston. So far with a 3-2 record. Have scored 26 runs, but you had 9 in there, 35 now scored on this road trip. Better batting average with runners in scoring position, and the ERA on this trip so far very solid, but 5 for 10 today with runners in scoring position. Trying to finish off this road trip with a successful 4-2 mark.
Luis Valbuena leading things off against James Hoyt, who struck out the side. Top of the 6th inning. This will be his 2nd inning of work. Luis 1 for 2. RBI single in the 6-run 5th inning. 13th run batted into the season. It's also worked a walk. That's above the strike zone. AT Jesus has had a tough afternoon behind the plate. Getting guys barking at him from both sides.
I'll tell you what, though, when we've looked on our Fox tracks, he's been pretty consistent. Although we've seen bigger strike zones from other umpires, pretty tight strike zone for him.
You mean consistently inconsistent?
Well, basically what it's coming down to is so often you see umpires who call that baseball. It's about a half a baseball off the corners. That has not been the case for the most part in this game for Ramon De Jesus.
Down and in, full count. Crone on deck.
Valbuena and Crone both had big hits in that 5th inning. Capped off by the 3-run home run by Eric Young Jr. Front of a 6-run 5th inning. ZY Jr. 2nd home run of the season as an Angel. Long at bat here working. Next pitch will be number 8 of this at bat for Valbuena against Hoyt.
Upstairs, and it's a leadoff walk. MLB.com at bat, your #1 mobile app for live Angels baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Angels home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. Crone's 1 for 3. RBI double in the 5th.
That was on a slider. You got a first pitch slider here from Hoyt.
4th double of the year, 13th RBI. On the move, and this is bounced towards short. Gonzalez thought about it. Valbuena ends up at 2nd base with 1 out now.
Going back to my Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful, setting the world on fire again. Another runner in motion. With base running in that 5th inning as far as a 6-run inning for the Angels. Cameron Maybin at a stolen base again. A couple more runs scored in this game. Mike Socha's having his club playing aggressive baseball. Hit and run put on there by Soch. Prevents a double play from being turned. Now you have another base runner in scoring position for Andrelton Simmons, who has a double and a sac fly.
Not a fully committed swing by Andrelton. No balls at a strike. 1 for 2 with a double in the 4th, a sac fly in the 5th.
Guessing fastball, got a slider instead. And anytime you see a batter swing at a slider like that, you're going to come right back with another slider, and that's exactly what Hoyt did. Would not be surprised to see another one.
And the dirt gets away from Gaddis. Valbuena takes 3rd.
Slider getting away from Gaddis again. That's the second time a slider's gone away from him. This time off the chest protector, spins away. Now allows Valbuena to get 3rd, bringing the infield in again for the Astros.
Chopper toward 3rd. Bregman has to go back, and it's over his head. It's an RBI single. Simmons going to try to go to 2nd. The throw from Aoki a little bit late, so a second double for Andrelton Simmons makes it 10-6.
I really like that commitment to go for the double there right out of the batter's box. Once it got over Bregman's head with the infield in, did not slow down, was thinking double out of the batter's box. Not only gets the RBI, but picks up, you mentioned, Vickers, second double, now 14 doubles on the season. Right over his head, and then the commitment to go and try to get into scoring position himself, and does so. It's a pretty good long strides, quick, Andrelton Simmons.
Maldonado for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Takes a strike. Fastball. 1-2. Angels coming into play today. 3-6 against Houston. Well, obviously that doesn't sound good. 3 games under 500. For the most part, the games have been fairly tight. Just doing the math, including today's game. It's 10-6 currently in the 7th inning. And that's a called strike 3. 2 down. Halos have scored 38 runs against Houston this year. The Angels have allowed 38 runs against the Astros. Everything's been fairly tight.
Very close series. And with Eric Young Jr. coming to the plate, take a look at our top tier play brought to you by Arco in the 5th inning with 2 on. EY getting a breaking ball. That swing path right into his swing. Drives it out for a 3-run home run for Eric Young Jr. in the celebration in the dugout.
Fouls this one back. 3 RBIs today. He's got 6 on the season now.
We go back to spring training. Was very good in spring training. Got a lot of at-bats for the Angels in Tempe. Put up good numbers in AAA. Solid up here with the big league club.
One ball, 1 strike. 10 runs, 10 hits, 3 left on for the Angels. 6 runs, 7 hits, 6 left on for Houston so far. Simmons trying to steal 3rd, and he is in there.
Another stolen base for the Angels in this series. 3rd of the game, 9th of the series. Huge jump. Gets in there to third base. Very important because we've seen some wild pitches in the dirt.
3-1 count. Breaks his bound, loops one out to shallow center field. That's got a chance to get down, and it does. RBI single for Eric Young Jr., his 4th RBI of the night. 11-6.
Don't hear the woo out here for the Nature Boy, but that's a little flare into the outfield for Eric Young Jr. Hits a 3-run home run, but this looks like a line drive in the box score, bringing in another run. 2 runs in the inning. High fastball jam. The most flares into the outfield are going to be on elevated pitches, and that's what it was.
In the world descend upon Erin Hills for one of golf's most anticipated events of the year. Dustin Johnson looks to defend his title, but Jason Day, Jordan Spieth, and Rory McIlroy are primed to tame golf's ultimate test to be crowned America's champion. The 117th U.S. Open begins June 15th on Fox, FS1, and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Diane Diaz, the right-hander, takes over on the mound here for James Hoyt. 3rd game, 0-1 record. 5 strikeouts, no walks, and 3 1/3. Espinosa trying to bunt his way on. Misses it. It's an 0-1 count.
On the way with that base hit and RBI for Eric Young Jr. Career high as far as 4 RBIs in a game for EY Jr.
No balls, 2 strikes. Danny, a bunt base hit in the 3rd inning. He's struck out twice since then, so he's 1 for 3. Diaz was pitching at AAA. 17 games there, 4-0. 1.93 ERA. 23 strikeouts, 23 in the 3rd innings.
Impressive numbers.
28-year-old native of Colombia. And Espinosa goes down swinging. 7th is in the book. Stretch time here in Houston. The Angels up 11-6.
around the majors. We were talking about Aaron Judge yesterday, but today, the home run to left center field, and check out where this baseball ended up going. 496 feet. Way out in Yankee Stadium. Hit another home run later in the game also for Aaron Judge. 91.3 Jose Altuve's crushed baseball. Now let's take a look at our Unlimited Baseball break brought to you by T-Mobile. Speaking of the New York Yankees, beat Baltimore today 14-3. They've won their last 5 games. 17 home runs during that stretch. They come into Angel Stadium tomorrow through Wednesday. And the Royals been playing well too. They come in for a 4-game set. They lead the San Diego Padres 4-0 in the first inning. Man, that baseball was crushed by Aaron Judge.
All you can hope for is the Marine layer kicks up this week.
Oh, there's been a little drizzle this morning back in LA. And Aaron Judge right now with his couple home runs today. 21 home runs on the season, 47 RBI. What a season he is having.
David Hernandez, who came in to get the last out of the 6th, is back out for the 7th. Carlos Beltran, Evan Gattis, Marvin Gonzalez. The Astros half of this inning. 11-6 Angels. Carlos 0 for 3. Soft liner to second base. Fly ball to center, to fly ball to right. Breaking ball. That's 1-2. Shift on, Simba up the middle. Espinosa out at shallow right. Down goes Beltran, 1 out.
Well located pitch there by David Hernandez. A very dangerous hitter. Carlos Beltran out. Painted the fastball lower part of the zone at 94. Seems like Beltran has gotten in that mode of trying to pull the baseball right now. He's had a couple pitches off the end of the bat in the series and then pulled off on that fastball middle down.
Gattis jumping on that first pitch. 1 for 4 with that single. Gonzalez 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts and a walk. No balls and a strike. Bottom part of the zone again. You see the player looking back at Ramon de Jesus.
Again, when you look at the box tracks, it's in the strike zone. Watch how this pitch hits the lower part of the strike zone. It's a strike. Late break around the back part of the plate, but in the strike zone.
Oh, it gets away from Maldonado, and it's right in front. Marvin Gonzalez was pointing toward the on-deck circle, trying to confuse Maldonado. It's a wild pitch with Gaddis in the scoring position.
Cooper threw that pitch well out of the strike zone. Point. There it is. It's over this way.
Down goes Gonzalez. Maybe Maldonado could point toward the dugout where Marwin's headed now. You need to go that way. 3rd time's a day.
That would work out well.
Yeah, Gonzalez right down.
We need a quick look back at Ramon de Jesus thinking, okay, I had to swing at that pitch because you called the one before, but that one he called a strike was a strike. Second pitch of the at-bat.
Oh, 2 count.
Tell you what, that slider, the pitch that David Hernandez started working on this winter, has been very effective for him, along with his curveball.
Down goes Gurriel. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 3 strikeouts in the 7th. We head to the 8th. 11-6 Angels.
To 6 over the Astros as fans are filing out right now, and I guess they don't care that I'm on TV, but I am right here. And by the way, following the game, it's Angels Live presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Myself, Jose Mota, will have all the highlights of this one. Of course, the big 6-run 5th inning. Eric Young Jr. going deep, Albert Pujols going deep, bullpen playing well. We're also going to preview the upcoming series with the New York Yankees. And fellas, as I enjoy my cotton candy, Gooby, I found out the distance between Houston and Anaheim. You ready?
How far?
1,298,880 Altuves.
Oh, that's fantastic. See,
Yes.
because you got the cotton candy, you got the energy to be able to figure that one out. What an effort by you.
A lot of math. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Frenchie, I want to see what you're made of. Stick that whole thing of cotton candy in your mouth right now. I double dog dare you. The whole thing. Shove it in there. No. Make it work. It's cotton candy. It's supposed to dissolve in your mouth.
It's not.
It's a great look for you, though, Frenchie.
I'm done eating on this trip. I'm done.
Yeah, sure. That's what you said last night. Maybin's 2 for 4. A couple of singles, 2 runs scored. Also picked up a stolen base. 18th of the season.
Frenchie's getting to be our food critic anymore.
Yeah. He looks like an older version of our fan yesterday, Riley.
Yes, he does.
See, that's Frenchie as a child.
Yes. Frenchie today.
And then Frenchie today is a grown child. 3-1. There he is. Yeah.
Yep.
You got to do it on the fingers. Get the fingers wet. Stay.
Oh, yeah.
3. Full count.
Oh, you looked so comfortable, Frenchie.
You got to pinch the fingers together before you pop it in that mouth. Payoff to Maybin. Foul back. Diaz came in and struck out Espinosa to finish off the 7th. And tight. Lead off walk to start the 8th.
On base again today 3 times for Cameron Maybin. Reggie looked like they weren't going to hold on. Cameron, maybe it's just a 5-run lead in this ballpark. I think you got to be going.
Yeah, this lineup and this ballpark.
Yes.
You kidding me? Add on. Cole takes a strike.
You got Carlos Correa and Brian McCann on your bench. I think you try to add on here.
Cole 1 for 3. 2 RBI single in the 3rd. Walked and scored in the 5th.
The Astros thinking the same thing. They may be on the move. 3 stolen bases today for the Angels. Now 55 on the season.
Maybin's on the move. Throw it down to second. And it gets away, allowing Maybin to get to 3rd. I think
they were going to ring him up.
I think Paul Emmel was going to ring him up. That's a stolen base on an error on Gaddis. I thought he got in there from our vantage point.
It looked like he was primed to ring him up. 150th career steal for Cameron Maybin. Yeah, it sure looked like he had his foot in there anyhow.
Emmel looked like he was getting ready to ring him up.
Yep. Another stolen base.
Yep.
9 in his last 5 games.
Cole, good rip. 1 and 2.
Cole's been very successful with the infield in this series by the Astros. couple times already has lined a single, driving in runs with the infield in. Infield in once again for Cole.
Two RBIs in the third inning with that single. 29 on the season. Nice block by Gaddis. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pujols on deck. 2-2. Just back up the middle, a base hit, a 3 RBI game for Calhoun. 12-6 Halos.
Again with the infield in, Cole with another RBI single through the infield.
Third run scored for Cameron Maybin tonight. Today, I should say. Here's Pujols, 1 for 4 with a home run in the first. Four multi-hit games and 9 RBIs for Cole Calhoun on this road trip. Detroit, Houston.
Showed earlier the graphic, the turnaround in the month of June for Cole. It continues on.
Sharply hit, but right to Gonzalez. Into a double play. 2 down.
Hit well by Albert, right at the shortstop, ended up in a double play. Bueno with a pretty solid game himself today.
A couple of walks.
Single and a RBI. A couple runs scored.
Balbuena 2 walks, an RBI, 2 runs scored. Starting third baseman today, no Yunel Escobar. Buena third, Cron at first.
Anyway, Cole Calhoun with 7 multi-hit games in his last 10. He had 9 multi-hit games in his first 53, so he's really getting locked in. Cameron Maybin locked in himself. EY Jr. locked in. Some balance in the lineup. Need to have that with Mike Trout not in the lineup right now. The offense has responded, especially on this road trip. When you go back the way the club has swung the bats on this road trip, it's really correlated around their ability to steal bases also, putting pressure on the defense. They're shortening up swings, not trying to hit a home run. They're just trying to put the ball in play. Well, EY Jr. with a 3-run home run. Other than that, though, it's been real good swings. Albert Pujols with a home run today. But Cameron Maybin, 3 runs scored again today.
Valbuena goes down on the off-speed pitch, and we'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning as the Angels out a run, 12-6. It's all sweet here in Houston. I can't tell the difference.
I cannot either. They look exactly alike. Such good food. Brought to you by Ram Trucks. Cameron Maybin has done it all today. Swinging the bat very well, stealing bases, putting pressure on the defense, creating opportunities to score, and preventing runs from being scored with outstanding defense out in right center field. 2 back-to-back real good plays in that inning for Cameron Maybin. The game he has had so far.
12-6, bottom of the 8th inning. New pitcher on for the Angels. Yusmeiro Petit takes over. 8-9 of 1 coming up for the Astros. 24th game for Petit. 1-0 record, a 2.89 ERA. Second appearance of the series. Alex Bregman swinging first pitch. Shoots one out to right center field. Maybin tracking it down. 1 down.
Must have known we just did that little tools of the trade with Cameron Maybin. Runs out another baseball out in the outfield. Solid defensively today. Again, congratulations to Aoki for picking up his 2000th career hit between the majors and in Japan.
Two for 3 today. RBI double and a run scored in the 4th, a single in the 6th. Flips one out toward right center field. Cole coming on, and he'll fall in there for a base hit. So a 3-hit game for Aoki. 2001.
And Cole looked like he was going to try to make that patented diving play, but wise decision, not going to be able to get there to be able to catch that baseball, keep it in front, keep a double play in order. Seen some great defense in this series by the Angels.
Springer 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run in the third. Down goes Springer, 2 outs. Look at Josh Reddick. Multi-hit game for Reddick, 2 for 4. He's also picked up an RBI.
For the norm to hear the Nature Boy calls for Josh Reddick when he comes to the plate.
Aoki takes off, and it's a base hit to right. So a 3-hit game for Reddick, and Aoki ends up at third.
Tony, now you're going to go out to talk to Petit now. Trying to settle him down. A very important batter at the plate. A very good hitter at the plate in Jose Altuve. Even though you have a pretty good lead, the very important out here for Petit. And we mentioned it earlier, Carlos Correa on the bench. Ryan McCann still on the bench. Norris getting ready in the bullpen. Probably if you're Mike Socha, we'd love to be able to avoid using Bud Norris, especially with the Yankees coming into town the way they've been swinging the bat.
Altuve, a 1 for 3 game, had an RBI single in the fourth. Skied to right. Looks like it might be playable for Cole, near the line, near the railing, and makes the catch for the third out. Astros get 2 on and leave them stranded. We head to the 9th here in Houston. Halos on top, 12-6. Luke Gregerson has not pitched in this series, getting some work in, and will do so and face Crone, Simmons, and Maldonado for the Angels. Gregerson, 27th game, 2-1 record of 4.88 ERA, 28 strikeouts, 10 walks, and 24 innings of work.
By the way, I just ran out and saw Frenchie and I shook his hand. I almost didn't make it back to the booth.
Got stuck to him?
Yeah, I was stuck.
Crone today 1 for 4, had an RBI double with a run scored in the 5th. Evens up the count. Two one on the way. 3-1. Astros scored twice in the 3rd to make it 3-2 Angels. Then scored 4 in the 4th to take a 6-3 lead. The Angels responded with 6 in the top of the 5th. She's hit to third base. Bregman, a little bit of a bobble. Recovers, throws the first, dug out by Gurriel, 1 down.
Does have a very impressive arm too to get rid of that baseball that quickly with a lot on it after the bobble. There's many of the young talent on this team. See the bobble, recovers and got a lot on the throw and gets C.J. Crone at first. Stayed with it and an accurate throw over the first base.
Great socks too.
Oh yeah.
Those are sweet. Got the Ken Griffey Jr. swingman cleats on.
Yes, he does.
Yep.
I saw that swing a little bit too often.
Did you?
There it is. That perfect swing path.
Yep. Pat backward.
Yep.
1-1. Simmons hits one out toward left field. Aoki back and he'll catch it in front of the track. 2 down. You never know here. Crawford boxes in left.
No.
Doesn't take much, but slightly more than that.
Yeah, just a little bit more.
315 down the left field line. For comparison, down the left field line in my high school field was 310.
We were sitting in those Crawford boxes yesterday.
Martin Maldonado 0 for 3 with a walk. Bud Norris getting ready for the Angels. Looks like he'll pitch the bottom of the 9th. Although not a save situation, has not pitched since Tuesday. Maybe that's why Soha wants to get him some action for returning home for the 7-game homestand. 3 against the Yankees beginning tomorrow night, then 4 against Kansas City beginning on Thursday.
Should be some big crowds for all those games at home at the Big A. Soha's club has played well on this road trip so far, trying to close it out and have a very successful road trip.
Maldonado went around. He did. Ramon de Jesus brings them up. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Angels trying to close it out. 12-6.
In the fifth inning by Eric Young Jr. with 2 on, part of a 6-run fifth inning. End up picking up another single on an RBI later in the game with that 3-run home run, a big home run to finish off that fifth. Now it's time for that Land Rover above and beyond player of the game, and he is that. Eric Young Jr. 2 for 4, 3-run home run, and in a career high 4 RBI for Eric Young Jr.
Bud Norris on the bump for the Angels, trying to close it out. Conclude a winning road trip if they're capable of picking up the victory today. 30th game of the season for Bud, 1-2 record, a 2.51 ERA, 11 saves on the year. This, of course, not a save situation. 37 strikeouts, 13 walks in 28 2/3 innings for the one-time Houston Astro. Carlos Beltran, Evan Gattis, Marwin Gonzalez due up. First pitch is strike. 6th round pick of the Astros in 2006. Bud was a starter at that time. Parts of 5 seasons with the Astros, 34 and 46 with a 4.33 ERA. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beltran 0 for 4, struck out at his last AB.
One thing you would like to see from Bud Norris is obviously get the quick 3 outs, but limit the amount of pitches thrown also, so be fresh and ready to go if needed in a save situation tomorrow night against the Yankees at home.
Got the rally cap on for the Astros. And as we saw in that 4th inning, it can happen very quickly. Those first 6 runs for Houston came with 2 outs. All 6 runs, I should say, for Houston came with 2 outs. Ground ball into the shift. Espinosa has to hurry on this one. 1 down.
It's not an easy play, too, especially as an infielder playing in an outfield grass and then gets to the dirt and then stays low. You're anticipating somewhat of a bounce on the dirt, but then it stays true and low on the grass. Nice play by Espinosa. It's one thing that you do practice quite a bit, especially the first day when you're on the road in a city. They have early BP working on some ground balls too, especially when you put the shift on as an infielder playing in that outfield grass.
Two O'Callaghanis, 1 for 4 with a base hit in the 7th. Gaddis made up his mind. He's hacking 2-0. Can never put anything by him. It's near the plate. He might be swinging.
Yes, and swinging hard.
Three and 1. Gaddis, guys will foul it out of play.
Pitch well off the inside corner also.
Breaking ball got him looking. Gaddis knew it. 2 down.
Yeah, guessing something different. Guessing fastball. So getting that 3rd strike called. Backed up on him on a slider. Catches a lot of the plate. Norris with the punch out.
Gonzalez lifting one out towards center. Maben is there. Light that baby up as the Angels finish off the series win. And they do it in grand fashion. 6 runs in that 5th inning, 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, a 12-6 final.
In a bunch of different ways to score runs. Albert Pujols got the scoring started with his home run, 56 of his career versus the Astros. And then Cameron Maben doing his thing. Eric Young Jr., big game, career high 4 RBIs in the game. A lot of stolen bases, some great defense. A lot of stolen bases, great defense, and good hitting throughout this entire road trip, going 4-2 against the Tigers and the Astros. Solid win today before going home to take on the New York Yankees.
First divisional loss, series loss for the Houston Astros this year. As we said in the open, might as well make this one the first, and they did so as Keenan Middleton picks up the win in relief. Michael Feliz suffers a loss. Middleton with his first major league victory. And he was part of the Johnny